automatic expungements for many criminal convictions are coming very soon to Michigan. Stay tuned and we'll give you some details.
Life is hard. Don't let it get you down.
Thanks for checking us out. Mike Hills, Hills Law Office, here with Justin Workman. He is a criminal defense attorney working with us. He's also a former prosecutor with the Kalamazoo County Prosecutor's Office. We have a word about expungements. I understand that there's a big date coming up. What date is that?
April 11th of this year. I think as most people have heard by now, the expungement laws changed a few years ago, allowing things like first-time drinking and driving offenders to have those expunged. But there's a piece of that law that actually was set to take effect 2 years from that date, which is upcoming, April 11th of this year.
So do people have to do anything to get their conviction expunged?
No, that's kind of the exciting thing about it, is the piece that was added is automatic expungement of some criminal convictions. So this is something that's going to be happening automatically for thousands and thousands of people. And we just wanted to get a little more information out there about whether or not you're one of those people.
Yeah, so are all criminal convictions expunged automatically on April 11th?
Well, that's a good question. Not all criminal convictions. There are some exceptions that were built into that. Things like assaultive crimes, serious misdemeanors, felonies that carry a penalty of over 10 years in prison. So there are some exceptions, right? But there is a large majority of convictions that are going to be eligible for this.
Well, that's great. Is there a time frame with it? Like, if I was convicted today, am I eligible for expungement on April 11th? Today is, I don't even know what today is.
Good question. Well, just like the prior expungement law, there are some time frames that you have to abide by here. So for felonies, for example, it must be 10 years from the date of your sentence or the end of the imposition of sentence if you went to jail or prison. And then the same thing with misdemeanors, but it's 7 years. So there's a time frame there. If you were just convicted, unfortunately, it's not going to help you out immediately, but you will eventually be eligible.
All right. Well, is there anything they can do to find out if their criminal conviction has been expunged after April 11th?
Now that's a good question. That's still a little bit unclear in the law as of today. There's going to be a statewide database that's going to keep track of these things, but as far as how they're going to notify people that it's taken place, that's a little bit unclear, but certainly something that we could help with.
All right. So the requirement is you have to wait at least 10 years for a felony to be automatically expunged and 7 years for a misdemeanor to be automatically expunged. Is there any way to do it, to get it done faster than that?
Well, there can be, and these situations arise. Let's say, you can't wait that full time period of 7 years for the automatic expungement. You can go through the normal expungement process on those as well. Obviously, it's a different sort of track to go, and that one is not automatic.
So if they go earlier, they have to file a petition with the court and go and have a hearing in front of the court, and the court has to agree to allow an individual to get it expunged if they want it expunged before the 10-year, before the 7-year time frame.
Correct, and with the normal expungement, a little bit different time frames and rules apply depending on what the actual crime is. And so if you find yourself in that situation that you can't wait for this automatic, as great as it is, call us and we'll be able to evaluate whether or not we can do something sooner for you.
All right. I think we're going to post something to our Facebook page, a link to the law, so if you want to research if you're eligible. I think there's a list too, isn't there a list?
Yeah, so for things like serious misdemeanors and crimes of dishonesty, those are actually defined in the statute, and so we can put those definitions up. I'll forewarn people, they're not the easiest things to read and interpret, but we can certainly help with that as well. If you get on that and you don't understand the statute, give us a call.
All right, sounds good. Defend your liberty, stay free. Yeah?
Yeah.
Till
All right.
you turn it around.
Yeah.
Don't ever think woulda, coulda, should. 'Cause in a little while things will get back to be